Okay, good morning, everyone. I want to call the Drainage District Board of Directors meeting to order. We will start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Eli Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, that constitutes a quorum of 3. Would you please lead us in this morning's prayer?
Yes, if we can all stand. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for blessing us with another beautiful day to serve. We ask that you watch over our county and our district family as we work for you. We come before you humbly knowing that we are dependent on your grace. We ask that you bless this board and provide them with wisdom and guidance to make the best decisions that reflect the needs of those we serve. We also lift up in prayer those who are in need, that they may find comfort and healing in you, O Lord. All this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Do we have anybody sign up for open forum?
No, sir.
So then we have the approval of the consent agenda.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission for Drainage District consent agenda, we'd like to pull consent agenda items 5D, 5E, and F1 and 2. Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. 5B
Okay.
is what?
5D,
Yeah, consent agenda 5D.
Commissioner Fuentes, with respect to consent agenda item 5D, E, F, 1, and 2, Commissioner Fuentes is abstaining from any discussion and/or action. And I do believe there is a slight correction on 5F2.
Yes, correction on 5F2 is the PO should read 650077.
Correct.
That's the correction.
Correct. Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes was not here. He was not involved in any discussion or voting on this matter.
Thank you, Judge.
Next is the item 5, the discussion and update for the HCDD1 General Manager as it relates to pending construction of HCDD1 projects. Just a brief update on the 2023 bond. We have a total of 39 projects in general. 17 are already under construction. We have 9 that will be coming up for bids in the next 6 months. 4 of those projects are related to grants, and the rest, 9 of them, have right-of-way acquisition related to. So about 43% are already under construction for the 2023 bond. So just wanted to kind of give you a brief update on that.
It's good news.
Thank you. That's all I have on that. Item 6, general operations. Item 6A, requesting approval to assign 24-hour possession of district vehicles to district maintenance and operations directors and supervisors during the 2025 hurricane season.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6B1, discussion and approval by Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 of resolution recognizing the necessity of acquiring easements or rights of ways or fee title in connection with the construction of the 2023 bond project 14 West Main Drain 3 Phase 5 in Hidalgo County, Texas, and authorizing the acquisition of said easements or right-of-way or fee title described in the resolution and exhibits thereto by condemnation, eminent domain, or otherwise. Single vote shall apply to all units of property described in said resolution.
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6B2, discussion and approval by Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 of resolution recognizing the necessity of acquiring easements or rights-of-way or fee title in connection with the construction of the 2023 bond project 8B ditch 1.924A La Via Edcach Elsa in Hidalgo County, Texas, and authorizing the acquisition of said easements or rights-of-way or fee title described in the resolution and exhibits thereto by condemnation, eminent domain, or otherwise. Single vote shall apply to all units of property described in said resolution.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6C, acceptance and approval of the expansion of professional engineering services pool, RFQ number HCDD 1-25-001A-05-07 ESZ, for the establishment of a pool for engagement on an as-needed basis per project by Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1, requiring said services as set forth in the requirements stated in the request for qualification packet, as each firm has demonstrated competence and qualifications to perform the services for which they submitted, with the effective date of approval pools for a period of 5 years commencing May 13, 2025.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, Drainage District, item 6C, Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion approved.
Second.
I
All
will
in favor,
read-
say aye.
I was going to
Motion
read the
carries.
name of the firms,
Oh,
just to
yeah.
put them in the record.
Yes, please.
First one is Cobb Fenley and Associates out of McAllen, Texas. We have Garver out of Harlingen, Texas. Garza and Hernandez PLLC out of Vandenberg, Texas. Half and Associates out of McAllen, Texas. GDJ Engineering out of Edinburgh, Texas. Shibi Consulting out of Harlingen, Texas. And finally, WTC out of Austin, Texas. These are the firms that will be added to the pool.
The motion passed, and let the record show that Commissioner Villarreal abstained from any discussion or action on this item.
Item 6D, requesting an approval of an interlocal governmental agreement by and between the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 and the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council as it relates to drainage system characterization of the Texas Water Development Board Lower Rio Grande Valley Regional Flood Protection Planning Category 1 Project, TWDB, project number 40038, subject to final legal review.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6E, requesting approval of interlocal agreement by and between Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 and the City of Westlaco as it relates to the Drainage Improvements Project, RDF, at Mayor Pablo Peña Park.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6F, can I take these concurrently, 1 and 2, or do I read them
You can
individually?
take it concurrently.
Concurrent, okay. Item
If
F1.
legal counsel says okay.
Right, as long as the exemption is written first.
Yes, okay. Requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4 for professional engineering services. That's item 1. And item F2, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement with Half and Associates, Inc. from the district pre-approved pool of pre-qualified professional engineers as approved by the Board of Directors on May 13, 2025. Item AI 99341 for project completion of task 2, 2.2, and 2.3, drainage system characterization of the Texas Water Development Board, Lower Rio Grande Valley Regional Flood Protection Planning Category 1 project. Recommend approval of items F1 and F2.
Motion to approve?
Second.
As of Sunday, there were no attachments. Were there any attachments added to this?
No, this was
None?
the, we do have the agreement with HAF that it categorizes the tasks.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 6G, requesting authority to advertise and approval of the request for qualifications RFQ packet, qualification requirements, scope of services, specifications, et cetera, for the project Archaeological Services Pool RFQ HCDD 1-25-033-05-13 ESZ, including the re-advertising of the project in the event that no responses are received and/or rejected and the project is still required.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Again, there were no attachments as of Sunday. Were there any needed to be attached? Okay. Motion carries.
Item 6H, requesting approval to the purchase of one used 2022 Caterpillar 330 excavator through the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 membership participation with the Purchasing Cooperative of America, awarded contract number PCA OD-328-20 from Big D Tractor Company LLC, DBA Blue Cat Rentals, Frontera Equipment, in the total amount of $341,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Again, as of Sunday, there was no attachment to this thing. This one, you must have an attachment, right? Huh?
We will get the information.
have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 6H2, pursuant to the board approval of the purchase of the heavy equipment, requesting approval to declare surplus for the purpose of trade-in of EX33 2009 Caterpillar 330DL, asset number 1727, and to remove it from the district's asset list once the transaction is complete.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6I, approval of application for payment number 9 in the amount of $995.17 from RBM Contractors pertaining to the construction contract CHCDD 1-23-042B-04-16-365 toll offsite alpha numbers 2 through 4, project engineering, LNG engineers, PO 649235.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item I2, approval of application for payment number 9R2 in the amount of $928,782 with 59 cents from NM Contracting pertaining to construction contract CHCDD 1-23-076-03-05, project engineer, HCDD 1, Omaran Saldua Jr., PE CFM, PO 649184. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7, requesting approval of closing documents for parcels 19-3 as it relates to the 2018 bond project number 19, Mid-Valley Airport, and authorization for the chairman of the board to execute the documents subject to final legal review.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
7B, approval of application for payment number 17 in the amount of $88,268 with 43 cents from RBM Contractors pertaining to construction contract C HCDD 1-23-014-04-26, Mile 10 North and Baseline Road, project engineer Quintanilla Headley and Associates, PO 648064. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
8A, approval of application for payment number 12 in the amount of $251,770 with 50 cents to RG Enterprises LLC DBA G&G Contractors pertaining to construction contract C HCDD 1-23-053-10-31 South Main Drain Phase 1, project engineer ACDD 1 Omaran Saldua Jr. PE CFM PO 648721. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
8A2, approval of application for payment number 4 in the amount of $131,163 with 7 cents from Core Equipment LLC pertaining to the construction contract C HCDD 1-24-056-10-29 PSJ Drain project engineer HCDD 1 Omaran Saldua Jr. PE CFM PO 6501112.
Motion to approve.
Recommend
Second.
approval.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
8A3,
I'm sorry, my
Yes, sir.
apologies.
Yes.
Judge Commissioners, with respect to the last item, with respect to the PO, it was 650112,
yes, correct.
right? Okay, just thought I heard incorrectly. And with respect to Drainage District Agenda Item 8A3, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
8A3, approval of application number 1 in the amount of $1,023,862 with 50 cents from Hidalgo County Precinct 2 pertaining to Nolana Loop Road and Drainage Project. Engineer LNG and B2Z Construction Management, PO 650555.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes was not here, but he did not participate in any discussion or action on this item.
Item 9A, requesting approval to accept bids and approval to execute requirements agreements with multiple vendors submitting the lowest and best bids for primary and secondary items meeting all specified requirements for HP storm drain pipes and related items, RFP number HCDD 1-25-022-04-23-AG, subject to final legal review and compliance with HB 1295. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10A, requesting acceptance and approval of drainage easement from Sherryland Water Supply Corporation as it relates to a half-acre drainage easement and a 1.26-acre temporary construction easement out of lots 112 Prado, Texas subdivision, pending final legal review.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We do have one item for closed session.
Okay. Pursuant to subject to DO Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, will be retiring to closed session to discuss items listed under Code Section 551.072 or .074 or .071. I have a motion to do so.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 9:47 a.m. Okay, I've got 1 minute after 10. We're back from closed session. We do have one action item.
Yes, item 12A, real estate acquisition. We recommend approval as discussed in executive session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Recommend for adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, if I may come back into the courtroom. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I want to call the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court meeting to order. We will start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, that constitutes a quorum of 4. Today, we're honored to have U.S. Marine Corps veteran Victor Torres. He reached the rank of Sergeant E5. He served in the Marine Corps from 2014 to 2019. He is today Assistant Veterans Officer for the Veterans Office. Would you please listen to today's pledge?
We're having a bit of a, she has a
I
lot
pledge
on, so-
allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
And we thank him for his service, even though he couldn't help us this morning. Next, we have Ms. Lulu Acevedo. She is the Health Department Services Manager, who will lead us in this morning's prayer.
Good morning. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for blessing us with another day and for allowing us to gather here. We humbly come to you as a community and ask for your guidance and strength to ensure that the decisions being made today by this governing body are for the benefit of our community. We pray for unity in our country and ask that you guide all the policymakers in ensuring our country's prosperity. We pray for all who are suffering from mental health and any other ailment, for the relief of those in economic straits, and for your protection. We ask that you help us renew our faith in you, our faith in humanity, and our faith that we will endure any obstacle and prevail. May your peace be with us all. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Next, we have the approval of our consent agenda.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, for, with respect to our consent agenda, I'd like to pull from consent agenda items 6A 1, 2, and 3, 12D 3, and 12G 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'd like to take, for the court's consideration, 6A 1, 2, and 3, and 12D 3. For the record, with respect to those that I just mentioned, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes, even though he was not here, did not participate in any discussion or action on this item.
Thank you. And the last item under consent is 12G2. For the record, Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Let the record show Commissioner Villarreal abstain from any discussion or action on this item.
Thank you.
Now we go to our first proclamation, recognizing May 25th as National Foster Care Month.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Dr. Jennifer Mendoza Culbertson, Precinct 4 County Commissioner Eli Torres, representing her office. I am-
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you let him get behind you? There's a lot of pretty women out there. We want to put them on TV.
We are presenting Agenda Item 99234, proclamation recognizing May 2025 as National Foster Care Month. Whereas the family is the foundation of a strong and healthy community. And whereas in Hidalgo County, there are approximately 420 children and youth in foster care. And whereas foster parents, including relative or kinship caregivers, serve the community through essential care for children and youth. And whereas the importance of the family structure is best served in foster homes modeling family living, not group care. And whereas the stability and permanency for children and foster children is of the utmost importance. And where permanency is a permanent connection with at least one committed adult, which may include biological parents through reunification or with another adult relative, fictive kin, or other important individuals in the child or youth's life committed through adoption or guardianship. And whereas it is the entire community's responsibility to ensure each youth leaving foster care in Hidalgo County has a permanent, lifelong connection with a caring adult. And whereas Hidalgo County needs dedicated care providers who strive in partnership with child placing agencies to identify and connect children and youth in foster care to permanent, lifelong relationships. And whereas dedicated care providers model strength-based and solution-focused engagement with children and youth in their care and with the supportive community-based and government entities. And Hidalgo County community-based organizations partner with child-placing agencies to provide accessible and culturally relevant family-centered services, meeting the unique needs of families and children we serve. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does proclaim May 2025 as National Foster Care Month and urges all community members to volunteer their talents and energies to honor children and youth in and from foster care this month. Seeking approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Pastor.
We have many supporters here with us today, including McAllen Housing Authority, South Texas College, PSJ ISD, School Body, and many other organizations. But sharing a few remarks this morning, we have Judge Carlos Villalon, Jr.
Good morning, Judge Cortez, Commissioners. Thank you very much for having us today and, of course, recognizing Foster Care Awareness Month for us. I prepared a few words here that I'd like to share, focusing on collaboration. As a child welfare judge, I see many of the realities of foster care every day, both the hardships and the hope. I see children showing extraordinary resilience in the face of trauma. I see parents doing very hard work to reunify with their children. And I see dedicated professionals, advocates, and volunteers doing their best to support them. But if there's one truth that stands out, it's this. No single person, no agency, or no single program can do this alone. Protecting children and helping families heal requires all of us. It takes true collaboration across courts, CPS, GASA, our service providers, law enforcement, educators, attorneys, and especially our local leaders. Everyone plays a part. That's why I want to sincerely thank the Commissioners Court for your continued leadership in this area. Your investment in programs to support foster youth and former foster youth, it makes a difference. You've shown that the well-being of these children is a priority, not just during their time in care, but long after they transition into adulthood. I want to take this moment to also bring awareness to the fact that foster care is transitioning. We're entering a new chapter in how foster care services is going to be delivered in Texas. It's something that hasn't been spoken about very much publicly here, but it has been in many of our discussions for those who are in child welfare. Our region is preparing for community-based care, or CBC, which will shift the responsibility for managing services from state to local providers. That idea is simple. Communities know their children best, and local control can lead to better outcomes. But CBC only works if we're ready. And this means increasing the number of foster homes here in our own county so children can remain close to their schools, their siblings, and their support systems. It means expanding local services for parents like mental health care, substance use treatment, and parenting support so families have a real path to reunification. And it means making sure that when young adults age out of the system, they have access to housing, education, and employment support. We can no longer outsource those needs. They will have to come from our own community. And we must build the capacity here, now. We have to implement this by 2028. And so there's a calling. This is a call to action. It's more than just a reminder. It's more than a month of awareness. We need to be prepared to service these families. And we need to keep growing our partnerships, keep breaking down silos, and share that responsibility. Because when we collaborate and when we each do our part, real change happens. Children find stability, families find healing, and communities grow stronger. Thank you again to the court for your vision and your support. You've done a lot, I know, especially with housing and supporting our programs at GASA and Foster Angels of South Texas, and we sincerely appreciate that. That does make a difference in all of these children's lives, families' lives. And we thank everyone here who continues to stand up for children and families. Let's keep working together to ensure that every child is not just a case plan, but has a chance at a brighter future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Commissioner Gunther, did you want to share a few words?
Yeah, I just wanted to, I released a press release yesterday. I wanted to, I guess, bring awareness to the 50 foster youth vouchers that are now in play here in the county. Before it was 8, now we have about 58. We haven't started using them yet, but they're out there. And so what that means is kids aging out of the system, 18 to 25 or 26, can actually get a voucher that's worth about $500 a month, can pretty much cover a big percentage of their rent. So that's out there, and I want to make sure that we get the awareness out there on that. There's also the fact that tuition is covered for these individuals. Not all of them want to go to college, I understand that, but if they do choose to go to college, there is some help for them both in housing and tuition. And I thank everybody here for all the work that they've done. I thank our Hidalgo County Housing Authority, McAllen Housing Authority. I don't know if you're here, but thank you both for requesting those vouchers. The good thing about those vouchers, they're in addition to the vouchers that those agencies already get. So for instance, if the county has 500 vouchers, these 25 vouchers that they're getting for foster kids are above that. So it doesn't hurt them, it actually just helps our foster kids. So just spread the word and see if we can get some kids some homes.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you all for everything y'all do. And thank you, court. I think that the court's mentality has changed in the last few years. This probably was not as high on our radar that it should have been, but in the last few years, it's really been important to this court.
Thank you.
and then I use. Oops.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry if I hit you.
Okay. Next, we have the approval of proclamation recognizing May as Women's Health Month and Maternal Mental Health Month. If y'all please come forward. May I ask you all to move outside, please? Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. We're almost there. Okay, I think so.
Proclamation recognizing May as Women's Health Month and Maternal Mental Health Month. Whereas each May, Mother's Day marks the beginning of Women's Health Week, an annual observance by U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, whose mission includes raising awareness of women's health throughout the month. And whereas the goal of these observances is to empower women to make their health a priority and to help women understand what steps they can take to improve their physical and mental health. And whereas a key factor in improving women's health is raising awareness of women's mental well-being. The reason that the first Wednesday in May was World Maternal Mental Health Day, as well as Maternal Mental Health Week, which occurred during the first week of May, and Maternal Mental Health Month. And whereas the significance of raising awareness of women's health is the knowledge that women face a series of health challenges throughout their lives, including heart disease, cancer, mental health, reproductive health, and osteoporosis. Whereas the significance of raising awareness of women's health is the knowledge that women are encouraged to use the month of May to take a moment of self-care and make small, sustainable changes in their lives that can lead to better health outcomes, including exercise, diet, checking on their mental health, scheduling regular checkups, and supporting other women. Whereas the theme of Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week is Storytelling Saves Lives, which includes the Blue Dot Project, in which the focus is sharing daily stories of people who have been impacted by maternal mental health issues. And whereas the Blue Dot Project encourages all women to share their own stories to help others know that they are not alone. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby recognize May 2025 as Women's Health Month, which includes Women's Health Week, as well as recognizing World Maternal Mental Health Day, Maternal Mental Health Week, and Maternal Mental Health Month, and urges all to understand and support the healthcare needs of the women in our community.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you all for being here, for all you do for us here.
Thank you. And with us, we have Ms. Esther Garizales from our WEEK department, who will say a few words, followed by Ms. Leanne Gutierrez from NAMI RGB.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. She said, my name is Esther Carrizales. I'm a registered nurse with a certification in low-risk neonatal nursing. I'm also an international board-certified lactation consultant. I'm the director of the lactation clinic in McAllen. I'm here on behalf of Ms. Clarissa Ramirez, the director of WIC. Regrettably, she was unable to be here this morning. but I'm here on her behalf. And thank you for recognizing maternal mental health. Perinatal mental health conditions are common and affect 1 in every 5 mothers. And just to give a comparison, gestational diabetes occurs in 1 in every 20 mothers, and preeclampsia occurs 1 to 5 in every 100 mothers. So 1 in every 5 mothers experience symptoms of a mental health condition. And I read recently that 75% of the mothers that experience a symptom do not seek help, don't get help. And so thank you again for bringing awareness to this. Many people are familiar with the term postpartum depression, but it's actually referred to as perinatal health conditions because it can happen in their pregnancy, not just after delivery, but during the pregnancy and up to 2 years after the baby is born. Another fun fact is that it not only occurs in mothers, but fathers. 8 to 10% of fathers can experience postpartum depression or perinatal mental health conditions as well. And so bringing awareness to our mental health is important. The risk factors include hormonal changes, and men also go through hormonal changes. A lot are not aware of that during a pregnancy. Testosterone level decreases temporarily, but that can increase the risk of depression. And so not only the hormonal changes, but many of us as parents experience those night feedings, the sleeplessness, and all of the stress that new parents go through. So that can increase their anxiety, right? And so going through grief or certain medications or many factors that can influence a mother's mental health status. And sometimes there's no obvious cause or there's no trigger in some situations. Sometimes cultural beliefs can also impact. There are many cultures that it's a hush-hush thing. We don't talk about that. It's not a problem among us. And recently there was an article written by Dr. McLean Sampson that was published in the British Medical Journal in 2021. And the title pretty much sums up their findings. The title is "You Withhold What You're Feeling So That You Can Have a Family: Latinas' Perception on Community Values and Postpartum Depression." So in this article, they wrote how Latina mothers, although they did rely on their family for emotional support, they felt that they couldn't be open, they couldn't discuss, they couldn't share their feelings. And so that they felt judged and they felt that they had to hide their emotions. So not only is it important for the maternal health, it has a significant impact on the baby's health. So we're looking at both parts of the dyad there. So it has an impact on the baby's health. So there can be problems with bonding, which can affect the baby's ability to interact with other people, their interpersonal skills. There can be delays in cognitive development. There can be behavioral problems such as aggression or attention deficits, anxiety issues. And many of these children grow up to have mental health problems themselves when they grow up. And so it affects the whole family. And so, again, thank you so much for this proclamation, for taking time. But we all, as a community, need to be involved, recognizing symptoms, referring mothers for help, providing assistance, being aware of what is available in our community, what type of support is available, what type of national support is available for these mothers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Just making sure it's my turn. So thank you, Judge Cortez and the Commissioners Court for this opportunity. My name is Liana Gutierrez, and I am a member of the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And I am part of the leadership team for our newest affiliate here in NAMI South Texas, RGV. Women's mental health is important as we have women caring for our children who are at home, holding down the fort in medicine and social work, in the classroom, in law enforcement. Women are represented everywhere in our community, and we need to help keep them healthy and safe. As a licensed mastered social worker as well, I see the importance the need for advocacy for women's mental health. Like she was saying, Ms. Carizales, you know, that in the Latino culture, it's very normal to keep it hush-hush because we have bigger things to take care of. We have more important things to take care of. So here, research shows that 1 in 8 women are affected with some type of mental health diagnosis. That is twice the rate of men. Women experience mental health conditions, particularly depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. A significant portion of women with mental health problems have also experienced trauma, abuse, and violence, which can then contribute significantly to increased rates of self-harm and suicide amongst women. Additionally, maternal mental health conditions such as postpartum depression and anxiety, or maternal conditions, are a common complication of pregnancy and birth, affecting a substantial number of families and sometimes leading to maternal death as well. So through NAMI, South Texas RGV, we are the newest affiliate branching off from NAMI Texas. We offer free and confidential support groups to adult women and men and family support groups. Anybody who has a lived experience with mental health or a mental health diagnosis. We offer free education for those who want more information on mental health. We represent all women this month who may experience any type of mental health journey, and we are here to help as NAMI South Texas RGV, and we want to let the women, you know, in the room who may hear this, that you are not alone. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for this proclamation that is of utmost importance to NAMI South Texas RGV. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next one, proclamation recognizing National Prevention Week.
Proclamation recognizing National Prevention Week, whereas substance misuse and mental health problems affect individuals, families, and communities across the United States. And whereas according to the 2022 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, an estimated 70.3 million Americans ages 12 and older used illicit drugs in the past year. Nearly 6 million young people ages 12 to 20 reported drinking alcohol in the past month. Nearly 23% of Americans, 64 million people aged 12 and older, used tobacco products or vaped nicotine in the past month. And 8.5 million Americans misused prescription pain relievers. And whereas these issues continue to impact our nation's youth, adults, and families, with 29.5 million people aged 12 and older living with alcohol use disorder and approximately 59.3 million adults experiencing a mental illness in the past year. Whereas the impact of mental health and substance misuse disorders is evident in our own community, with an estimated 158,000 people in Hidalgo County affected by these conditions. And whereas prevention is a powerful and proactive tool that can reduce the prevalence of substance misuse and mental health challenges, with the commitment of individuals, families, coalitions, and communities, these issues can be addressed through education, early intervention, and access to evidence-based care. Whereas National Prevention Week is an annual observance dedicated to increasing public awareness of and action around mental health and substance use disorders, it serves as a platform to highlight the work of the prevention partners and to share stories that demonstrate the strength and impact of prevention. Whereas through National Prevention Week, communities across the country, including those in Hidalgo County, can empower individuals to recognize signs of mental health and substance use disorders, and to participate in implementing strategies that promote health and wellness. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby recognize May 11th through the 17th as National Prevention Week and encourages residents to join in the observance by supporting programs and events that promote mental wellness and substance abuse prevention. Approved this 13th day of May 2025.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you. With this, Ms. Melanie Martinez from Behavioral Health Solutions of South Texas will accept the proclamation.
Good morning. I want to thank you, Judge Cortez and Commissioners. I'm incredibly grateful to be here today, accepting this proclamation on behalf of the Unidad Coalition. National Prevention Week is a time to reflect on what prevention really means. It's about protecting our youth, strengthening families, and creating a healthier Hidalgo County for everyone. With so many in our community impacted by substance use and behavioral health challenges, this work has never been more important. But we can't do it alone. It takes parents, schools, community leaders, and organizations like ours coming together day after day. Thank you for recognizing that. Your support gives our mission even more purpose, and together we're building something stronger than any single effort could achieve. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a proclamation recognizing hurricane preparedness.
Proclamation recognizing hurricane preparedness, whereas each June 1st marks the beginning of hurricane season, which runs through November 30th, 2025. And whereas the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration urges Americans that the best way to prepare for hurricane season is to do so before the season begins, and therefore recognizes the first week of May as Hurricane Preparedness Week. Whereas one of the premier hurricane season forecasters is Colorado State University, which this year made an initial forecast of above normal hurricane activity, including the possibility of 17 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes this season. Whereas experts remind residents, particularly those living on or near a coastline, that it only takes one hurricane making landfall to make it an active hurricane season. Whereas among the advice offered by NOAA in preparing for hurricane season is to know your wind and water risk relative to your location. Prepare before hurricane season ahead of time. Understand forecast information. Get moving and know where to move when a storm threatens. Stay protected during storms. Use caution after storms and act today. And whereas in addition, the Hidalgo County Office of Emergency Management suggests that residents create an emergency plan that includes compiling contact information and lists of medicines, creating a family disaster kit that includes non-perishable foods and water, as well as battery-operated radios, flashlights, and plenty of batteries. Whereas the downloadable Emergency Preparedness Guide is available online at hidalgocounty.us. In addition, in conjunction with the Hidalgo County Department of Health and Human Services, a series of informational videos with preparation tips will be posted on social media platforms. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby declare the week of May 25th through the 30th as Hurricane Awareness Week and encourages residents to learn about preparedness ahead of any storm and act now in preparing for any weather emergency. Approved this 13th day of May, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you for what all you do. We don't want a hurricane, we want a storm, but not a hurricane.
Good rainwater.
Yeah, just bring
With us,
water.
we have Chief Saldaña.
Judge, Commissioners, thank you all very much. In preparation for hurricane season, which runs from June 1st through November 30th, we launched 2 initiatives to help Hidalgo County residents to inform and be prepared. As part of the first initiative, under the Performing Recognition of Hurricane Preparedness, we designated May 25th to 30th as Hurricane Awareness Week. Hidalgo County Public Health Emergency Preparedness, the PHPP program, in collaboration with Emergency Management, produced a series of short informational videos that will highlight practical steps of residents can take part to prepare for hurricane season. These videos will be shared daily on county social media platforms throughout the week. We extend our sincere thanks to all individuals, organizations who contributed to this effort. This support plays a vital role in helping our community plan ahead for potential storms, strengthening our collaborative resiliency and face of serious weather. We continue to encourage all residents to learn about emergency preparedness, taking proactive steps now to ensure their safety during weather emergencies. Our other initiative will be going into it here in a little bit, but first of all, in closing for this event, I want to thank Judge Richard Cortez, our Emergency Management Director, each and every one of the commissioners, because your divisions are our first line of response after an event. You guys are our backbone to emergency management, along with my partners from Hidalgo County Health and Human Services, plus all the other county departments. In the 11 years that I've been here, our team has built and responded to many, many significant emergencies throughout our county. And as you all know, our biggest ones have been during this time frame. The ones that that surprise us, just like the one last Thursday and the one at the end of March. Those are the ones that I'm afraid of, because those don't give us ample time to prepare. Hurricanes do, they give us the time. But again, thanks to you all, the leadership of this county, and allowing us to make those things happen as a team. And we will continue moving forward as a team with your support. Thank you all very much.
Absolutely.
There's a video, Judge, that they're going to present real quickly.
Okay. Chief, before he comes out, how do I get one of those pretty black uniforms, man? You guys look pretty good.
We'll make it happen, Judge. You already have the badge. As we're approaching hurricane season here June 1st, we're in preparation for that event. You all need to do your part at home. Make sure you have 3 to 7 days of supplies, non-perishable foods, medication, all your proper information, health insurance, home insurance, any important information that you need to take with you, it goes with you on an enclosed dry bag. Make sure you have money on hand, your vehicle full of fuel. You have children at home, make sure you have all the needs for your children. You have your elders at home, make sure you do the same thing. Check your medication for prescriptions. If they're already going to be out, make sure you go get emergency refill. Don't forget your pets. Make sure you make arrangements for your pets. Take them with you or take them to a shelter and keep them in place while the duration of the event. Don't leave them at home or don't let them loose. Take care of your neighbor. If you have an elderly neighbor, visit with them. See if they need help. How can you help? Vice versa. Prepare your home. If you have limbs touching your roof, trim those. You have loose items at home, make sure you secure them or put them away. Protect your windows, either using plywood or shutters or some type of material to keep them from being impacted. If you know your area may flood, make sure you have proper sandbagging to protect your homes from getting the water into the home and or your garage. Preparation is year-round.
Hey,
Judge, if you allow me, if we could go to 8A. Which it has to do with the same thing.
let's go to 8A, sure.
Presentation by Emergency Management Coordinator, the Ready Pop-Up Emergency Preparedness Event. In an effort to strengthen our community readiness promotional public safety, Hidalgo County is launching Hidalgo County Ready, a series of emergency preparedness pop-up events. These events are designed to bring vital information and resources directly to residents across the Hidalgo County. Hidalgo County Ready is a monthly emergency preparedness pop-up events, Commissioners Court. These programs are going to be monthly pop-up events throughout Hidalgo County in collaboration with all of the precincts, okay? We will have various emergency information, including hurricane, flooding, wildfires, extreme heat, winter storms. Each of them will be hosted in collaboration with the precincts in different community centers across the county. Attendees will have access to educational booths, multimedia presentations and materials, brief presentations from local organizations covering key topics related to emergency planning and available community resources. Participant agencies will be Vail, CSA, Texas A&M Forest Service, Hidalgo County Drainage District, Hidalgo County Health Department, and County Judge's Office, and others. These organizations provide vital information tailored to vulnerable populations, helping connect residents to services during these disasters. And we will be providing free emergency kits to those families, the first 25 families at each of the events. With your support, we thank you all very much for these pop-up events. Judge, thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Quick picture.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need to get some bankers out of here for them to go make some loans to somebody. So we'll go on to item 21A1.
Ms. Olga? Ms. Olga, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Olga. If I may, Judge, Commissioners, if I may, with respect to the following item, 21A1, for the record, Commissioner Cantu will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action. Go ahead, Ms. Garza.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners, Mr. Guerra. This is Olga Garza on behalf of Purchasing Department. 21A for Hidalgo County. 1, requesting approval of the best and final negotiated offer meeting all requirements and specifications for bank depository services with Lone Star National Bank, subject to final legal review and approval. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Cantu abstained from any discussion or action on this item. Thank you all.
May I continue?
No, we're gonna, we're gonna go to open forum,
Judge, Commissioners, we have no participants this week.
okay? Then we'll go to item 7A.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Isaac Sulemana here on item 7A, agenda item 99356. This is going to be 3 parts relating to the county judge's Veterans Initiative with Texas A&M University System. The first part, we're going to request approval to rescind the action taken on April 15, 2025 in agenda item 99106 to approve the memorandum of understanding between the County of Hidalgo and Texas A&M University to designate parking spaces for veterans. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. That was just a technicality.
Yes, Judge. So we had moved forward with our template MOU for these types of agreements, and the Texas A&M University System, with the size and the amount of campuses, had to make some clarifications. So we're just cleaning up the MOU to the A&M Systems request. The second item is going to be discussion, consideration, and action to approve the memorandum of understanding between the County of Hidalgo and Texas A&M University to designate parking spaces for for veterans. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve. Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then the item 3 is requesting authorization for Judge Richard F. Cortez to sign the MOU.
Motion made.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Item 9A, Sheriff's Office.
Judge, Commissioners, on behalf of Sheriff Eddie Guerra, I will be presenting item 9A. I do have one correction to make on the agenda item. So item 9A, this is approval of resolution, not MOU, but approval of resolution between the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office and Hidalgo County regarding permission to install LPR on Hidalgo County right-of-way.
Motion made.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9B is discussion, consideration, approval to appoint Kaylee Trantham, student at the University of Texas at San Antonio, as an interim under the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Internship Program for the period of May 2025 through August 2025.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9C is discussion, consideration, approval to appoint Diego Puneda, student at Texas State University as an intern under the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Internship Program for the period of May 2025 through August 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9D is for fiscal year 26, Fund 1284, and this is their Cadillac Converter Crime Prevention Grant. It's in three parts: authorization and approval to apply for the fiscal year 26 Cadillac Converter Crime Prevention Grant with the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles, and authorization and approval for the county judge as authorized official to certify and e-sign the application from the related documents under grant application, and approval of resolution for the fiscal year 26 Cadillac Converter Crime Prevention Grant.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And the final item for 9E is the LESO 2025 Memorandum of Understanding, and it's the first action item is approval of an authorization for Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office to continue participating in the Texas LESO program, and second part, authorization for county judge and county sheriff as authorized officials to sign the required documents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 10A, Constable Precinct 1.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioner. Jason Rivera on behalf of Constable Celestino Avila. Agenda item 99261, discussion, consideration, and approval for Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 1's continued participation in Texas LESO program, formerly known as Texas 1033 Surplus Program. 2, authorization for county judge as authorized official to sign required documents. And 3, authorization and approval to participate, select, and receive equipment under Texas LESO program with selection list to be submitted prior to receipt. Requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item
Thank you.
11A, Constable Precinct 4.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Sergeant Bud presenting on behalf of Constable Gaitan. We have 11A, discussion, consider action, approval to appoint Ruben Pedrosa Sr. and Ricardo Gallardo as reserve deputy constables by Constable A.J.R. Gaitan, Constable Precinct 4, in accordance with Texas Local Government Code Section 86.012.
Motion to approve.
Requesting approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
11B, Constable Precinct 4, Hidalgo County Appraisal District. 1, discussion, consideration and approval to enter into an interlocal cooperation agreement between Hidalgo County, acting by and through Constable Precinct number 4 and Hidalgo County Appraisal District, effective June 1st, 2025 through May 31st, 2026, in relation to security services with authority for county judge and authorized official to execute agreement. And 11B, 2, approval of certification of revenues and certified by county auditor in the amount of $88,467.27 and appropriations of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item 12A, Human Resources. Erica?
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. Erika Reina for the Department of Human Resources. Item 12A, I'm requesting a waiver of the following if applicable. For the personnel items listed, I need action on item number 3, the budget amendment policy, personnel-related amendments.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12B is approval of the amendment to the background screening policy. The policy remains exactly the same. We're just adding an additional department, which is the Information Technology Department. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12C is approval of the appointment of interns from Duke University, Utah Valley University, and University of Texas at Austin to participate under the Hidalgo County Court at Law number 3 for the period of June 2nd, 2025 through August 15, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12D for the District Attorney's Office, approval to award a discretionary step for the employee listed below in accordance with HR criteria certification as per Section 8.03 of the Classification and Compensation Plan. This is effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. The action is a discretionary step 5 for slot 0024 and Assistant District Attorney 2 at a grade 3. It is in compliance with policy. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12E for the 464th District Court, approve the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval. This is for a discretionary step 2 for slot 0004, an assistant court coordinator, grade 13. This is in accordance with policy. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12F for Precinct 1, approve the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to delete slot 0101 and 0037, a crew leader 2 and truck driver 2 at grades 9 and 6 respectively, and to create slot 0189, 0056, a maintenance 3 and an equipment operator 3 at grades 7 and 10 respectively. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12G for Precinct 2, approval to create 2 temporary part-time positions beginning May 13, 2025 through August 31st, 2025. This is to create slots T075 and T076 athletic trainers at a grade 9 to assist with the summer programs. And item 2 is approve the following personnel actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to delete slot 0010, 0011, clerk 3s at a grade 5, and to create slot 0031, 0032, a coordinator 2 and a coordinator 2 of special projects, both at grade 11. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12H for the Health Department, approve the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to delete slot 0004, a public health technician 2, grade 11, slot 0016 and A0008, a coordinator 2 of strategic national stockpile, grade 11, and to delete slot 0002, a laboratory information system analyst 3 at a grade 14. Item 12H2 is approval to revise the classified position list accordingly. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12I for the County Treasurer, approve the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to create slot 0018 and 0019 payroll specialist 1s at a grade 10. This is to address increased workload. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 12J is our annual item for hurricane preparedness, approval to create 21 full-time temporary positions beginning June 2nd, 2025 through November 28th, 2025. The action is to create slots T001 through T004 truck driver 1s at a grade 4, slots T005 through T020 maintenance 1 positions at a grade 3, and slot T021 and eligibility specialist 2 at a grade 8. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Next item is 13A, Urban County. Mr. Liste. Dr. Rivera, excuse me.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Joel Rivera with the Urban County Program. Agenda item 13A will be taken in reverse order as item number 2 is a prerequisite to item number 1. So 13A2, requesting approval to rescind the resolution previously approved by Commissioners Court on April 2nd, 2024, and it is being superseded by the amendment resolution referenced above and in subsequent action. Requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 13A1, requesting approval to amend the resolution, the TDA Form A100, to designate the Hidalgo County Judge and other authorized signatories for the application, subsequent contractual documents, environmental reviews, requests for payments, and other required forms related to the reimbursement of project costs for the Texas Department of Agriculture Colonia Fund Construction 2024, contract number CFC 240082, requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 13B1, requesting approval from Hidalgo County Commissioners Court to reaffirm, adopt the following civil rights requirements for the Texas Community Development Block Grant, Texas CDBG funding through a Texas CDBG grant from the Texas Department of Agriculture Colonia Fund, construction contract number CFC 24-0082, A, citizen participation plan, B, excessive force policy, TDA Form A1003, C, fair housing policy, TDA Form A1015, D, Section 504 policy against discrimination based on handicap and grievance procedures, TDA Form 1004, and E, Code of Conduct, TDA Form A1002, and 2, requesting approval of the resolution regarding civil rights for the Texas CDBG grant from the Texas Department of Agriculture, Colonia Funds, construction contract number CFC 24-0082, and 3, requesting approval to authorize the county judge to sign any and all contractual documents associated with the aforementioned policy, procedures, resolutions as required by TDA for Colonia Funds, construction contract number CFC 240082, requesting approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Longoria. We're going to go item 15A so we can get Mr. Longoria back to work.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Jaime Longoria with the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency. Item 15A is discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve a resolution in support of the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, better known as LIHEAP, as administered by the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency. Judge, Commissioners, actually May is Community Action Month, but we wanted to take this opportunity to offer two resolutions to the court for the court's consideration. One in support of LIHEAP, and the next would be in support of the Community Services Block Grant. So this resolution reads, whereas the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency, as a community action agency, is committed to empowering and supporting families through the Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program funded by the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, and whereas community action is rooted in the principles of innovation, responsiveness, and excellence, delivering solutions thoughtfully designed to meet the unique needs of local communities, as demonstrated by the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency's impact on 18,366 individuals through the LIHEAP program. Whereas HCCSA has prevented utility disconnections for 1,035 households, preserving access to critical services during times of need. And whereas community action promotes economic mobility by empowering individuals and families to build self-sufficiency and long-term independence, exemplified by the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency support of 6,977 households in maintaining essential utility services and planning ahead for future billing assistance. And whereas through the ongoing efforts of HCCSA, 8,500 families across Hidalgo County receive support needed to stay connected, safe, and secure in their homes. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court formally recognizes and supports Community Action Month in May and continued implementation of the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program by the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency as they work to further improve the efficiency and effectiveness of essential services provided to clients, and calls upon the United States Congress to commit funds to continue the critical work in Hidalgo County. Passed and adopted this 11th day of May 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Jaime, unfortunately, this goes to us being able to serve many of our elderly people in our county. Is that correct?
Judge, we're seeing over 45% of the families that come to, of the individuals that come to us are over the age of 60. About 33% are children under the age of 18. So right off the bat, better than 70% of the individuals that are coming to us and we're assisting with utilities are elderly or children.
Yeah. Again, we've lost funding for this program for the coming year. Is that correct?
Well, the proposed budget, Judge, as I understand it, is the proposed budget would completely zero out these federal funds. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this would be devastating for us. So we have a motion and a second to approve.
So just a further detail, 78.8%, 79% of the families that come to us that we serve are living below 100% of federal poverty. That means they're earning less than minimum wage. Okay, that's 79% of the families that we serve. So, we think that we serve a very vulnerable population in the work that we do, and that's why we offer this resolution for you all to consider.
We have a motion second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. The second resolution is discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve a resolution in support of the Community Services Block Grant as administered by the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency. And this resolution reads, whereas the Community Services Block Grant was developed as a result of President Lyndon Johnson's War on Poverty as a way of allowing local communities to address the complexities of poverty utilizing their own strategies. And whereas Hidalgo County Community Service Agency is the local recipient of CSBG funds in Hidalgo County and has been entrusted with this important and daunting undertaking. And whereas HCCSA has developed two distinct tracks in the utilization of these CSBG funds over the last 10 years to include responding to crisis situations involving vulnerable families of the county and providing opportunities for upward economic mobility for individuals wishing to gain a better job skills, education, and training. And whereas as recently as March 27th of this year, CSBG funds were utilized to help alleviate the initial shock and burden of over 600 families caused by the enormous amount of rain that drenched the entire county, the latest in a long line of emergency response events made possible by CSBG funds. And whereas to date, CSBG funds have been utilized to provide shelter for fire victims, domestic abuse cases, in addition to providing emergency stores of food and clothing for the same. CSBG has provided emergency rental payments for families facing eviction and replaced medications lost in a crisis. And whereas CSBG funds have been used to assist families struggling to escape the grip of poverty via the Access to Success program, it helps families identify the barriers that are keeping them in poverty and one by one address and remove those barriers. CSBG has assisted these families by paying for tuition, utilities, job-necessary equipment, testing costs, and the like. And whereas last year, 30 families made the transition out of poverty, increasing their collective incomes from $539,407.44 per year to $1,875,156.12. Sorry, I lost my place. With a $227,757.50 investment of CSBG funds, the result would be a 587% return on investment. Be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of Hidalgo County expresses its support for continued community services block grant funding and calls upon the United States Congress to commit funds to continue this critical work in Hidalgo County.
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. Item 15C is discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve amendment number 1 to the fiscal year 2025 Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program contract number 58950004424, issued by the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, reflecting the reallocation of $6,341.43 from administration to direct services, with a total contract amount of $333,387, and to authorize Jaime Longoria to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The last one is 15D, is discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve amendment number 5 to fiscal year 2024 Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program contract number 582400004026, issued by the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, reflecting the reallocation of $6,198.95 from administration to direct services, with a total contract amount of $8,402,520, and to authorize Jaime Longoria to sign any and all pertinent documents.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge, I just wanted to inform the court, in the resolution for CSBG, I mentioned 600 families, over 600 families, and actually, we wrote that in the middle of last week, and I'm proud to say that to date, the number of families that we've served that were affected by that downpour of March the 27th, we've served 1,050 families. That's 1,050 families across Hidalgo County. We've been at 7 different events, ranging from Mercedes. We've been in the city of Mercedes, city of Weslaco, Las Milpas twice, which is the city of FAR twice, Hidalgo, Sullivan City, and Ed Couch. We've allocated well over $500,000 to many of those families, and we've got another roughly $250,000 more to offer the families of Hidalgo County. We're contemplating a program that's never been done with CSBG money before, and that's to offer appliances for some of those families that have lost their appliances during this downpour. So we're proud. We have a proud legacy to uphold, and we're proud to continue to serve the citizens of Hidalgo County. Thank you so much.
We'll go back to item 14A, Health and Human Services Department.
Good morning. Irene Sarmiento Rangel for the Health and Human Services Department. Item 14A, requesting approval to accept the FY 26 and FY 27 Texas Epidemiology Capacity Expansion Grant, contract number HHS 0013157000023, amendment number 1, and for county judge to e-sign all related documents, requesting approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14B, requesting approval to accept the FY 2026 and the FY 2027 Regional Local Services System Local Public Health Service Grant, contract number HHS 0015884000028, and for county judge to e-sign all related documents, requesting approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14C1A, discussion, consideration, approval to draw down funds for the Hospital Augmented Reimbursement Program as state fiscal year 2025 second half year 4 IGT in the amount to be determined by HHSC, instructions from the Local Provider Participation Fund, with a transfer date of May 15, 2025 and a settlement date of May 16, 2025. Item B is approval of the certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor from the LPPF fund in the amount to be determined by HHSC, instructions, and C, approval of appropriation of funds from the LPPF in the amount to be determined by HHSC, instructions, requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye.
Item 14C2,
Motion
A,
carries.
discussion, I'm sorry.
Motion carries. Go ahead.
Okay, item 14C2A, discussion, consideration, and approval to draw down funds for demonstration year 8 UC redistribution payment and IGT in the amount to be determined by HHSE, instructions from the Local Provider Participation Fund, with the transfer date of May 15, 2025 and a settlement date of May 16, 2025. Item B, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor from the LPPF fund in the amount to be determined by HHSC, final instructions. And item C, approval of appropriation of funds from the LPPF in the amount to be determined by HHSC, final instructions, requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14D1, requesting approval to submit the Texas Pharmacy License application for the new El Paraíso Clinic and for Direne S. Rangel, Director, Health and Human Service Department, to sign the application and related documents as the managing officer. Item 2 is requesting approval to submit the pharmacy renewal application for all the Health and Human Service Department clinics and for Direne S. Rangel, Director, Health and Human Service Department, to sign the applications and related document as the managing officer, requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14E, requesting approval to submit an authorization for Direne S. Rangel, Director, to sign the Texas Medicaid and Healthcare Partnership Portal Request Change Form, requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Next item is 16A, Elections Department. Didn't see you out there, Hilda.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Hilda Salinas here to present to you today. Agenda item 99297, discussion on elections updates. The May 3rd, 2025 local entities elections went smoothly. We do have 2 runoffs that will be taking place in the coming weeks. They include the City of San Juan and the City of Sullivan. The first day of early voting is Tuesday, May 27th, and it'll run through Tuesday, June 3rd. Sunday, June 1st, the polling locations will be closed. Election day will be Saturday, June 7th. We do encourage residents to visit our website at www.hidalgocounty.us/elections for up-to-date election information. Voters will find their sample ballot, the sample ballot lookup tool, schedules, polling locations, all of that information in regards to the upcoming election. Voters can also visit us at 2015 West Jackson Creek Avenue, Edinburgh, or call us with any questions at 956-318-2570. This is all I have for election updates. Do you all have any questions? Okay, I'll proceed. Item number 2, official canvassing of the election results for the May 3rd, 2025 special elections for the creation of Hidalgo County Emergency Services District Number 5 and Hidalgo County Emergency Services District Number 6 as per Texas Election Code Section 67.003. Before you all have the cumulative report results. I'll go ahead and I'll read those for the 2 elections. Proposition A, Hidalgo County ESD number 5, special election, winning 4 with 82.40% of the vote. Proposition A, Hidalgo County ESD number 6, special election, winning 4 with 82.93% of the vote. This is the end of the report, and it concludes the cumulative report for these 2 elections. I do recommend approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, the next item is approve canvassing order for the creation of Hidalgo County Emergency Services District Number 5 and Hidalgo County Emergency Services District Number 6 as per Texas Health and Safety Code, Section 775.019. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you all.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Next item is item 17, precinct 1, Commissioner Fuentes.
Judge, Commissioners, on behalf of Commissioner Fuentes, 17A is requesting approval and authorization to submit the submittal of a local parks grant application to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department and authorization for county judge to sign all related documents.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
17B is requesting approval to accept the counter offers to purchase tract of land known as parcels number 1, 4, 6, Part 1 and 2, 7, 10, 13B, 14, and 24 associated with the Mile 1 East Road Improvement Project with authority for the county judge to sign the administrative evaluation and approval form.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 18A, Commissioner Cantu.
Requesting approval to submit the application from HODA Texas UT Austin Summer Internship Program with a finding by the Commissioner's Court that the program serves a public purpose by supporting UT students returning back to the county and the region in order to promote local employers, local employment, and the local economy. And number 2, requesting approval to include a community support contribution in the amount of $5,000 for 2 interns with a Home to Texas UT Austin Summer Internship application for the Home to Texas Scholarship Fund, requesting approval. And number 3, requesting approval to appoint Juan Fernandez and Carolina Sakara, students of the University of Texas at Austin, as interns with the Hidalgo County Precinct 2 for the period of June 2nd, 2025 through August 1st, 2025. Motion to approve 1, 2, 3.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
18B, requesting the approval of the First Amendment to the Interlocal Cooperation Agreement between the City of Mission and the County of Hidalgo concerning the development of the Precinct 2 Recreational Trails Connectivity Project. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
18C, approval of advanced funding agreement amendment number 1 between Hidalgo County and Texas Department of Transportation for the Cesar Chavez Road project from Business 83 to Nolana Loop with authority for the county judge to DocuSign all required documentation. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Approval of, D, approval of advanced funding agreement amendment number 1 between Hidalgo County and Texas Department of Transportation for the Cesar Chavez Road project from Business 83 to Ridge Road with authority for the county judge to DocuSign all required documentation.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last, E, approval of advanced funding agreement amendment number 1 between Hidalgo County and the Texas Department of Transportation for the Eldora Road project from FM 3362 to Veterans Boulevard with authority for the county judge to DocuSign all required documentation. Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 19A, Precinct 4, Commissioner Torres.
Good afternoon. Precinct 4, Agenda Item 99420, requesting approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement by and between the Hidalgo County Irrigation District Number 1, the City of McAllen, and Hidalgo County, a siphon crossing of the district's main canal to be installed at Ruth Road within Precinct 4.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 20A, Budget and Management.
Yes, good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Dago Soto from Department of Budget and Management. Item 20A1, requesting approval of ARPA revisions as per Exhibit A. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 20B1, approval of appropriation of funds from the Road and Bridge unassigned fund balance into Precinct 1 road maintenance program in the amount of $1,453,673.67 to fund operating expenses. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 20B2, approval of the certification of revenues by the county auditor for the fiscal year 2025 Chapter 19 funds in the amount of $22,923.30 and appropriation of same. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last item 20B3, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for revenues received from interest earnings from various capital project funds and appropriation and interfund transfers of said projects. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to Purchase and Department. Item 21B.
Good morning, Olga Garza again, on behalf of Purchasing Department. 21B from Fire Marshal. 1, requesting approval to enter into a 1-year interlocal cooperation agreements with automatic 1-year renewals between Hidalgo County and various municipalities as listed below for rural emergency services. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
21C, Precinct 1, 1A, requesting acceptance and approval of change order number 1 from the contracted vendor NM Contracting LLC in connection with the construction for Hidalgo County Precinct 1 Wellness Activity and Community Center project for a total project amount increase not to exceed $240,000 and an increase of 45 days as recommended and as detailed by project engineer B2Z Engineering LLC.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, Commissioner Fuentes is abstaining from any discussion and or action.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes was not here. He did not participate in any discussion or action on this item.
B, requesting approval of the schedule of values and payment terms found in Exhibit A. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, the same follows for item B for Commissioner Fuentes abstaining from any
Let
discussion
the
or
record
action.
show Commissioner Fuentes was absent today. He did not participate in any discussion or action on this item.
Bless you.
Bless you.
2A, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 to work authorization number 1 between Hidalgo County and L&G Consulting Engineers, Inc. to include archaeological survey and noise analysis in the amount of $51,321.75.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, pursuant to Article 14 of the Professional Service Agreement with L&G Consulting Engineers, Inc., requesting authority to engage subcontractor Amaterra ERG Texas Service. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, requesting approval of work authorization number 3 in the amount of $909,342.38 to provide professional engineering services for the precinct number 1, Mile 1 East project required for the continuation of plans, specifications, estimates, right-of-way acquisition services, compensable utilities, and roadway design.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, pursuant to Article 14 of the Professional Service Agreement with LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc., requesting authority to engage subcontractors Etsy Group LLC, Leonel Garza and Associates LLC, and HLH Appraisal Services. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
4A, requesting acceptance and approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and Donna Irrigation District for burial of a ditch along a section of Precinct 1 hike and bike trail.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, in accordance with Texas Government Code 791.014, Hidalgo County, Texas, acting by and through the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court, has been advised of a proposed project regarding Precinct 1 hike and bike trail wherein the Hidalgo and Donna Irrigation District believe that this agreement would serve a public purpose and be for the mutual benefit of both parties. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
21D for Precinct 2. 1, requesting approval of guaranteed maximum price amendment provided by BM Benchmark Construction LLC for construction manager at risk for Hidalgo Health Clinic Facility Construction Project in the amount of $1,606,185, with authority to issue a notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
2A, pursuant to Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 263.151, 2B, C, D, and 263.152A2, action to declare one 2000 Ford F-350 bucket truck as surplus for the purpose of disposition for use as a trade-in toward the acquisition of one 2023 Chevrolet 65 40-inch bucket truck, including the removal of said assets from the inventory list.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, approval to purchase one 2023 Chevrolet 6500 40-inch bucket truck through the Hidalgo County's membership with Purchasing Cooperative of America, awarded vendor Big D Tractor Company LLC, DBA Blue Cat Rentals, Frontera Equipment, in the total amount of $175,425, with authority for county judge to sign all required documents. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3, requesting authority to award construction contract for the Recreational Trails Connectivity Project, McAllen Segment 1, to the lowest bidder, RBM Contractors LLC, for the total amount of $1,648,357.55, with the authority to issue a notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
4, requesting authority to award construction contract for the Recreational Trails Connectivity Project, Mission Segment 1, to the lowest bidder, Irby 21 Design and Construction LLC, for the total amount of $1,823,832.94, with the authority to issue a notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
21E for Precinct 3. 1, A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262.024 A4 for personal or professional services.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, acceptance and approval of a consulting service agreement between Hidalgo County and PR&S LLC for consulting services for Hidalgo County Parks and Recreation Infrastructure Plan. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting acceptance and approval of change order number 2 from IOC Company LLC for the Liberty Boulevard project to reflect the modifications to the irrigation crossing and increase the contract price by $72,730.70 as recommended by the construction manager from firm Sains Inc. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye. Motion carries.
21F for Human Resources. 1A, requesting approval of amendment number 1 to the service agreement between Hidalgo County and Kronos SAA SHR Inc. for workforce time management software to remove payroll module services.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval to accept and acknowledge a credit to the service agreement between Hidalgo County and Kronos SAA SHR Inc. for workforce time management software in the total amount of $254,079. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting approval of amendment number 1 to the service contract between Hidalgo County and Ortegon Insurance Agency LLC for consulting services for self-funded health plan to include additional services. Staff recommends approval.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, Commissioner Fuentes is abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes was not here, but did not participate in any discussion or action on this item.
21G for facilities management. 1, requesting approval to purchase RTU replacements and installation services Hidalgo County's membership with Omnia Partners from Train US Inc. in the total amount of $133,585, with authority to issue a notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262.024 A7A, items for which competition is precluded because of the existence of patents, copyrights, and secret processes or monopolies.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting acceptance and approval of the sole source declaration for EVAC Chair North America LLC for 2 EVAC Chair powered evacuation stair chairs, with said declaration to remain in effect while the declaration is in place or revoked by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, requesting approval to purchase 2 EVAC chairs from EVAC Chair North America LLC in the total amount of $7,188. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
21H for Sheriff's Office. 1, requesting approval to purchase 2 self-sufficient surveillance mobile towers through Hidalgo County's membership with Omnia Partners Cooperative from Safeware Inc. in the total amount of $80,000. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
21I for juvenile probation. 1A, presentation of the scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of graded vendor submissions with the recommendation by the evaluation committee members for Hidalgo County Juvenile Mental Health Facility Project. Do you wish to rank in the order of their score?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting authority for the purchasing department to negotiate a construction agreement commencing with the number 1 ranked vendor, EB Merit Construction, for Hidalgo County Juvenile Mental Health Facility Project. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, that's all I
Thank you
have.
very much. Item 22.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. 22A, 1 through 4, there's no discussion and/or action this week. 22B is Fund 1100 for Foster Angels. Discussion, consideration, and action regarding a funding request in the amount of $25,000 from the Foster Angels of South Texas.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 22B, 2 and 3 as follows. Discussion, consideration, and action on declaration of support to the Foster Angels of South Texas and approval to authorize the county treasurer to issue check in the amount of $25,000 to Foster Angels of South Texas after review and processing procedures are completed by the county auditor.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
22C, discussion, consideration, and possible action to close holding cells formerly utilized by the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office located in the vacant building at 100 North Klausner Street, Edinburgh, Texas, also known as the old Hidalgo County Courthouse, in accordance with the requirements of the Texas Commission on Jail Standards.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 22D is discussion, consideration, and action on interlocal cooperation agreement between the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and the County of Hidalgo, Texas for biological anthropology services.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We're now going to go into closed session under pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. We'll be retiring to closed session to discuss items listed under sections 551.071, .072, .087, and .074. May I have a motion to do so?
Motion made.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 11:39 a.m. Okay, we're back from closed section. I have 31 minutes after 12. We do have an action item.
Yes, Judge, Commissioner, my apologies. Judge, Commissioners. Item 25, open session, real estate acquisition, appropriation for same, no specific action to be taken. Item 25B, pending and or potential litigation, no specific action to be taken. Item 25C, cause number C 1156-24-C, Margarita R. Sanchez et al. Versus County of Hidalgo et al. Judge Commissioners, I'd like for the court to entertain a motion in settlement of Margarita R. Sanchez et al. Versus County of Hidalgo in the amount of $115,000.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 24A, no action. Item 24B, no action. Item 26, closed, no action, session, no action. Item 27, the open session, additional, no action. We do have adjournment.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion made.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
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 We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.